hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And we're going to start Jethawk 74's new series, or continuation of the same series, Mega Saga Water Park. Let's go ahead and load this up. Now, I have high expectations for this stage because it's a water park. And I like water parks. I like water rides and water slides. Actually, there was one water slide I was on that I didn't care too much for. It was like one of those like really steep ones. It was at an amusement park I went to like, I don't know, like 5 years ago-ish. And it wasn't like quite a straight drop down, but my issue with it was like it was a narrow water slide and you slid down and you were sliding so fast that the water at my feet was like just spraying up into my face, so much so that I had to close my eyes. And when I'm riding like amusement park rides, I like to keep my eyes open so I can see, you know, what's going on. And I couldn't see what was going on that ride. Of course, things would have been different if I had like goggles or something, but I wasn't expecting to need something like that on a water slide. And I didn't enjoy that ride. It was probably my least favorite ride of the day. It was unfortunate. Kind of like this loading time is unfortunate. This had better be a very good water park for the amount of loading time we are having at it. Another water theme ride I didn't like, since we're still loading here, was this one water ride. I'm not gonna name it. Well, I should name it. I should name it. Yeah, because it's in a different state than I'm in. At Cedar Point, Shoot the Rapids. I was like excited to ride it because it was like a new water ride and whatnot. And the thing, it had like hard back seats. You hardly got wet on the ride. At least I hardly got wet. And you end up... My headset's a little too loud, so I'm like screaming into it. Blizzard attack, perfect freeze. Why do we want to freeze all this water? Gonna do this. We have lag. I must say, aesthetically, I'm enjoying the aesthetics. I can't wait to get to the water rides. Missile, do something. Okay, you will get frozen. And anyways, the seats had like this hard back to it, and the ride like knocked you around a bit. So much so that I ended up getting, like my back ended up hurting after, my lower back ended up hurting afterwards. And in fact, every ride I rode after that, it hurt my like all the other rides were hurting my lower back in the same spot. And like after I got home from the park, I went and I looked in the mirror, and I had like this big black and blue mark, probably like the size of a fist, on my lower back. And I know it was from that ride. There's a lot going on up there that really doesn't need to be. Oh, this is supposed to be that umbrella thing where... I can see why we have lag. The big umbrella thing where you have like water pouring down the sides of it, except there's no water on the sides of it. So I'm disappointed. So yeah, whenever I go back to Cedar Point, I don't ride Shoot the Rapids. Disappointing water ride. I go for more like the big raft ride, where you get like the giant, like, I don't know, 8 or 10 person raft or whatever, and you're all sitting around in a circle, and then you go down these rapids, and there's some splashes that are interesting, and then there's like these waterfalls that will hit like 2 to 4 people at a time, and what's interesting about that ride to me is like you don't know if you're going to get hit with that or not. I should be using weapons, because that is a perfect weapon there. Perfect. Speaking of perfect. And to me, that's kind of the fun of it, like not knowing if you're going to get soaked or not. And I remember riding that raft ride with one of my friends, and it was kind of like a slow time that, like, I don't know why. It was raining earlier in the day, but it had gotten warm out, so we went on the water raft ride. And so we rode on it, and my friend, I think there was like 3 or 4 waterfalls on that ride, and my friend ended up getting all of the, not all of them, like we both missed the first one. We were sat on opposite sides, and he ended up getting like 2 or 3 of the waterfalls the first time we rode it, and I got none. Like, I was excited to be at the water park, and I got none. And this must be the lazy river. I just let him have fun. It's a water park, just have fun. And so we rode it a second time, and then oh, is this at the boss already, or is this just one of the midpoint bosses? Midpoint boss. Nightmare frogs! You can't have nightmare frogs at the water park. No, I will drown this toad man. And then I'm coming after you up there. Don't think you're getting away. You are very much not getting away. You are ruining this water park for me, and so are you. And so it was like slow at that ride, even though it had gotten sunny and hot out again. So, but there was like no line for the ride. So when we got off the ride, they're just like, "Hey, do you just want to stay on the ride and ride it again?" And we both said, "Sure." And so we rode it again, and a second time, and my friend got like 2 or 3 of the waterfalls, and once again, I completely dodged all of them. And then, of course, I convinced him to go again, because I found it really amusing. And so we went again, and I finally, my luck ran out, and I ended up getting like 2 of the waterfalls, but it was funny. Had a fun time on that ride. And then their other water ride that they have is like the big, the log flume, the Snake River Falls, and it just kind of drops you. Like in this big coaster boat, and it just drops you. Well, you're riding, and it there's like a big drop, and then it's like a huge splash and wave that gets everybody soaked. And then they have a bridge, too, that you can stand on and get splashed by the boat. That one's kind of amusing. Okay, let's get some of this stuff out of here. We will... Actually, I'm going to use Perfect Freeze, because we don't get this weapon enough. And I just love what it does. I love how it just sits there and does some continuous damage. That guy's gonna be a problem. I don't know what Pharaoh Shot has to do with the water park. I mean, this thing looks like a sprayer. We need like infinite of this. I know we've had stages before where we've had infinite of this. So yeah, that's my take on some water rides and stuff and things. Now I have to concentrate on it. Why do we have Yoku blocks at my water park? That's not what I want at a water park. Especially laggy Yoku blocks. Oh, I thought I was gonna miss that. Miss the boat on that one. Hey, we're in the kiddie pool now. Let's wave them goodbye. And you know what? We have Ice Slasher, so it would probably be beneficial to use. Hopefully this is the final boss, because I think this stage has kind of gone on long enough. It's not the final boss, because there's more gates. Okay, first of all, you need to go, you need to go. We have double bubbles here. Okay, double bubbles have a minor weakness to that. What is with all of your nonsense? Well, that one's weak to ice. I'm gonna E-Tank up here. Just because I don't want to sit through a long loading time. Okay, now we gotta figure out what you were going to be weak to. Of course. The weapon that we almost completely used up. That was an interesting double bubble battle. I like that boss room. I still maintain the notion that that should have been the end of the stage. I mean, we still have weapons. We haven't had a ball yet. You know what water-themed weapon we're missing from Mega Maker? Well, there's probably several of them, but specifically the water balloon, Aquaman's weapon. Probably the worst weapon in Mega Man 8. But you, with the Energy Saver, you get 64 of them. Oh, what, you didn't want to just launch yourself into the sky? Just chilling there, I guess, okay. Again, we have weapons for this stuff that I should be using. Hey, the waterfall. This is the water slide! Yay! This is our water slide that caused so much lag and loading time. I loved it, though. Loved it. Oh, hi there. We'll just Ice Slasher you. We have not used this enough, so here you go. I can still kick. Nice refill. That is very appreciated. Going into the final boss room here. This is not appreciated. Okay, this is clearly not what we want to be doing with our lives. That's not what we want to be doing with our lives either. It's not awful, but it's not great. Hey, you're gonna be weak to that. I am weak to running out of health, so... Okay, we gotta... get out of here. I need one of these dead. Okay. I gotta figure out what the second one's gonna be weak to. Well, he's immune to that completely, so... Pharaohs? Nope. Is he also weak to this? You are. This boss fight, not my favorite. Well, maybe I could have handled it better if I had, but two pump mans on that screen was just a little bit much. But of course, one might have been a little bit easy. I don't know. Overall, other than just some of the lag and the loading time, and maybe that last pump man battle, I had a pretty decent time at the water park today. I got to share some stories. So yeah, that will be all for me for now, and I'll see you guys next time.